Can you see the screen?
Yes, yes.
Okay. A few things that I got is calendar in Orchestrator. Okay. So these are important topics. Okay. Webhooks, storage buckets. Okay. Webhooks. Let's also write webhooks. Maybe we will not be able to cover everything, but let's see how fast and how quickly we can cover. Hmm, okay. So now we are checking with storage buckets. UiPath have introduced storage buckets in the version of 2020, and from that version, it's taking it forward. So if you are seeing this UiPath orchestrator, um, you can see with the history later, but the ideal scenario for storage bucket is instead of saving or storing data as files in your local machines, what if you can store the file in some server and you can access it with robot? So instead of going with any other service, UiPath have provided its own storage location. So that is storage buckets, and this is available for every folder. You can have a separate storage bucket. Okay. Now, how can we use it and how can we access it? This is one important concept. Now, I'll this should be interactive session because if you are not interacting, then or if you are not replying back, then I don't know what exactly you're thinking. So just tell me, um, what kind of files are you expecting to be stored in the storage bucket? Sorry, what kind of files? PDFs, okay. So storage bucket can contain multiple documents, like any file can be stored in storage bucket, but we will not store like movies or very big files. We'll store only files, PDFs, text files, Excel files. Okay. So CSV files. How can we utilize the best out of storage bucket is when we are using text files. Okay. Because in PDFs, we will not be able to write something new in the PDF. Is it right? A PDF will be a place to read, not anything else. The same goes with CSV files. You can write some text on it, but you cannot format it. So the best thing is to add some text files in the config format or any kind of JSON. You can add it over here. Any files that must be accessed um, in various instances, we can use storage buckets. Okay. So how to do this? First thing is how to create. Let's go with this one. Types of files. Can you see the screen clearly or not? Okay, let me just add it a bit extra. Yeah, how to create. Now go to orchestrator, tenant. Now go to storage buckets, click on create new, give file, give name for it, and that's it. Nothing else. To create a storage bucket, create storage bucket in orchestrator. So it can be like a folder where we are trying to add the files. Now let's add a storage bucket. We can add one file, like folder somewhere, and we can also link it. But for now, let's go ahead and create something. This is July team. So instead of just Adding orchestrator, you can also go with Azure and Amazon. We are not going with this because this requires licenses. You cannot practice them. So just go with orchestrator. Things will be same. And just go ahead and add. Now once we add the storage bucket, so this is the full path. Now let's go ahead and see. I'm trying some things with this, but the ideal scenario is I have this particular sample text file where I don't have any text. Okay, I just want to upload the text into this one, and this storage buckets will be accessible in system activities. So there is no extra package that you need to add. So the activities comes from uipath.system.activities. Orchestrator. Now, so what is the package? uipath.system.activities. So no extra packages you need to install. You can just go with this. But if you want to use Azure or anything else, you may need extra packages. But for now, this is good. So see here, we can delete, download, list, read, upload, and write. So anything like these are the CRUD operations that you can say: create, update, read, delete. Just add a sequence. Going fast because there are only few things that we can do, nothing else. So write to a storage text file. Here we just need to have a file inside the storage bucket before we write it. Because if we don't have it, like sample.txt, and let's write some text. Hello, how are you? Let's see if this gets created or not. Storage bucket name, Team July. So this can be anything. I'm giving it as Team July. Let's see if it creates something or if it's writing something. Storage bucket Team July is not found. Text. This Team July bucket name, but this text path is not found. So what we will do, we will first upload a file. So let's upload a storage file and we'll just use something like this. Sample.txt, and this is coming from this sample text file. This is the path of the input file. This is the destination path, and storage bucket name is team July or July team, I guess. So is it July team? Yeah, this is July team. So it's just July team. So what I'll do, this came in as error right earlier. So let's go ahead and see if giving a correct storage bucket name will it do anything else. Let's update this one, run it, debug. Okay, it completed the activity. Let's see if it created anything. It created a new text file. So if we add or start with a new activity like write text file, if it is not available, it is creating. So what's there in it? Let's download and see. Open. So this comes with the information. Now let's see if I add anything else. Now dot toString. Let's see if this gets appended or this gets overwritten. Okay, so this is the text file that's updated. Let's download this again. Open. So this will overwrite the existing content. This will not do anything else. So we'll do something like this. Like if we want to do a complete project on it, let's assume that we are taking a list of files or list of items and we need to create new items in it. So I can also upload a file. So let's try with uploading the existing file. This is the file that I have. I'll just upload it and see what happens. Run file. I just gave what is the path in the local machine, what is the upload path. Yeah, this is done. Let's see what it happened. Or earlier we had date and time. Now let's see what's there in it. Nothing, because the file is empty. This file is empty. Okay. So now what we can do something like this. If we want to add multiple files to it, so let's do something like this. Upload storage file, we'll delete. Control E. So this is like any other file manipulation. Control E. Let's delete it. And for loop for each. Okay. So I will take an object and I will give 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4. Okay. And in write text file, I will just add something like this. Instead of sample, I'll just give out item dot toString txt, and in that I'll just add plus. In that I'm giving this one, but along with this one I will also give something like this. Um, Item dot toString plus VB new line. So all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to create 4 files, and in these 4 files I'm trying to write the information. Run file, refresh, refresh, 1, 2, 3. So like this I have 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5. Okay. So if I want to see what's there in each and every file, so how can we do that? I can just I'll just add one more sequence. Read files. Okay. So there is an option to list all the storage files. Okay. Directory name is empty. This can be empty because this is the parent directory. Storage bucket name is July team. So if I now am not able to work with any of the activity, click on this activity and press F1. It will take me directly to the help page of that particular item. Okay. So what is it asking me? Folder path, orchestrator folder path, use slash as directory. You need to separate it with slash. So if you want to filter only .pdf files, you can take only .pdf files. Anything that you can do in local can be happened here as well. So let's go ahead and see. Control slash. Let's see if this comes or not. Properties. Okay. So here filter there is nothing. Recursive I have. Folder path is nothing. That here. Control K. Files list. List files. Okay. And the output type is IEnumerable storage file info. So I'll just go ahead and for each, and here I will change this to storage file info because the requirement is storage file info. But how can I get this one? Can someone tell me? How did I get this storage file info? Anyone? It can be object or it can be a string or it can be a path. How did I get storage file info? See, whenever you are going with a collection, there will always be, it will be shown here, enumerable of storage file info. So you need to check with the atomic level of how this is going. This is a storage file info type of activity. So that is the reason I'm taking with this one. And here list of files and read to storage text. Okay. And the path is item dot path, file full path, file full path. Okay. storage bucket is July team, and the output comes here, result, um, file value. Okay, and I'm just trying to add this one, log message. So whatever it's there in the file, it will print out file value. Okay, so what is it doing? It's listing all the files, going with each and every file, reading the text in the file, and trying to full view it. So debug file, maybe this may come correctly or wrong, but let's see. Yeah, so this is what we have. This is what we have. This is what we have. So if you want to do a complete project on this particular item, you can do it. And after just getting this one, you can also download it. Okay, if I just want to download the storage file, I can also give that. I just need to give item.fullpath, item.fullpath, file full path, and the storage bucket name, and July team. Okay, and the destination is to. Where should I store this to? I should store this to file name and location. So this should be inside my, I can just give out the file name, nothing else. So item dot file full path or file name. Just see if there is anything called file name. There is nothing. I'll just give out here file full path. Let's run it and see. So rather than just typing in the output, I'm also asking it to download the file for me. And I'm saying where to download the file. I'm saying this one, so it should download in the local, like this project folder. So this is completed. Files done. Let's see. These are the files. Okay. Sounds good. Can I go to the next one? Activities. What are the different activities we have? Delete storage file, delete, download, list, read, upload, write. Okay, so these are the activities that we can use, and you can also do something like this. You can also use this to upload config files and read the config files and then use it. So while getting or while working with projects, what if the config file is in a shared drive, but if you want to store it in this bucket, storage bucket, you can also do that. So it completely depends upon how you use it. Okay. Can I go to the next one? Calendar in Orchestrator. Give it a thumbs up.
Uh,
No.
like,
Mm.
can we not add
Yes, you can. You can. That's the beauty. Upload a file. Done. You cannot edit it. No, no, you cannot edit it. Okay. Mm. See, text file, you can just write the data in it. But if you have some Excel file, okay, and if you're trying to read the Excel file or do something like that. So here you have read text file, right? But I think that also will create an issue because config files you need to read the read range, right? You need to use read range. So every time you need to download the file to local or to the project and then use it. Okay. You cannot read it directly because it will have columns, it will have sheets. You cannot use it directly. Okay. It will is not the text format, right? It will be a gibberish value when you're using it as a Excel file. Okay, and here in the settings, I guess we have something called calendar. Right, machines. Let's see, where is the calendar? Can someone guide me? Where do we have calendars? Yeah, settings. So here, if you see, there is something called non-working days and working days calendars. Okay. Now, if you are trying to add a calendar, so what this does is, for example, if I want to run my robot on all the working days, or for example, in India, if I want to schedule a robot stating that run on all working days except the bank holidays. Okay, so I can upload the calendar in the form of working days and non-working days, and I can upload it back so that the whenever the trigger happens, it will check with the upload. It will check with the only working days calendar. So let me just try to trigger a process. Let's add a time trigger. Add a trigger. So if you see here, this is time, and process name and job is fine. And here working days restrictions. So I can just select the calendar over here. Okay. So if I don't want to run my job on specific, like for example, in India, I don't want to run on holidays. I can specifically say that, okay, use this calendar, don't run on non-working days. Okay. Till now, we haven't used it, not in any of the project. Okay, so these will be used in banking sectors. Like in banking sectors, if I don't want to run any application, for example, there is a request made by a user and the request must not be processed on a non-working day. Okay, then you can link the calendar and you can link it once in a year because you will get to know, right, when the holidays will happen over a year so that you can map. But the problem here is, okay, what if there is a day that is not mapped? Suddenly a CM dead and all the banks must close. Then government holiday, all of a sudden there is a government holiday. There is floods. Due to COVID, there is a issue. So you cannot control it all the way. But if there is a pre-planned item, then you can map it. Okay. Okay. You want to see the setup. Okay. Let's do something like this. Yeah, we can go ahead. So you should actually try it rather than just asking. So let's go with non-working days, calendars, download a CSV sample file, open, sample excluded days. Okay, so excluded days, I can just mention it over here. Today, tomorrow, day after tomorrow, like that. Okay, so once that is done, sampled execute days, save it, and then calendars, upload a CSV, and I can see in the downloads. Where is my data? Cancel. So it should be Control J. Where is this one? Okay, I'll just take the path, upload a file, add it over here, sample dates, open. So these are the dates that are selected. Even I can select also like this. Okay, I can map it. Okay, and I can give um, July non-working days, July team non-working days. Okay, now once I save it, and I can go back to my triggers. Why are we doing it? Because trigger should not happen, right? Job should not run on that day. I can just give a calendar. Okay, non-working day restrictions, and I can run it daily. But except it will check with this non-working day calendar and it will not run. Okay. Yes, I think we are discussing things very faster today. Good. So let's see. I'll just give out what you should tell in the interview. Non-working days is an option provided by UiPath. Calendars. Hope this should type in. Come on, type in real tech headphone. Hello. Hello. There are some microphone problems. Okay, I'll just type in, or else let's see. UiPath calendar, non-working days calendar. So here you can go with how to upload. Just go with this one. I haven't seen it. See, how it will happen is you will get to understand the usage of the activities while you are continuously working on it. Still now I haven't used it. I don't know how to use it also. But how did we, how did I answer? Just go with the flow. See, if there is a calendar and how to set non-working days, it means that what should not run on those days, right? Yeah. So let's go with webhooks. So what are webhooks? Leave page. So webhooks are the activities that will be used to trigger any process. For example, if there is a add a webhook URL. So webhook URL. Okay. Webhook site. So if orchestrator need to send some information regarding any particular activity, so that is what webhook is used for. Copy to clipboard. So for example, if I just add URL and there is no secret for it, send all the events and save. Okay. Now let's go ahead and see what is there in it. Close. I'll just add the webhook. Okay. So this is my webhook. I gave permission in my orchestrator to send any kind of information to this particular item. So if I just go ahead into triggers, let's add a new trigger. Add a trigger. Okay, time trigger, new time. I'll just add a process. This is my process, and I'll just go with time, and it should run monthly on every Sunday. Okay, and 00 hours. No calendar mentioned. I can just mention this one, and then add. Okay. Now when it is saved, there is a trigger that will happen. Let's see if that will show us or not. Okay, can you see here? Post happened. Refresh. Okay, that's not coming in here, but that's coming in here. So see here, webhook connection. This is what have happened, and these are the tenant IDs. And basically, this is used to send the information. Like, for example, there is a access that happened, or there is a new new error that came in. Okay, job failed suddenly. So how can you cannot sit all the way to see with those webhooks, right? Like you cannot sit on orchestrator continuously refreshing the information. But if you connect this webhook to any kind of like this service, and this will trigger a separate process to send an email or to report, to do something else, whatever it can be. It will just send the updates, like whatever happened, it will send the updates. Get activity, post activity. So if you see here, ping event type, this is the item. Maybe we'll just add one more to see the result. Get, navigate. Okay, let's add one more item. Let's make a small change. So here I will just add one more asset. Go to this one. Okay, jobs. Okay, queues. Add a queue. Create a new queue. I'll just create a webhook queue. Add. So this will post information for us. Like it will say that okay, there is a new change that happened. A queue created, and what is the details? Name of the queue, and what is the details of the detail. Each and everything will be available for us to make any further changes we want. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So these are the
So,
hooks. So let's say that there is a job failed, or let's say there is a new asset added. So each and everything will be monitored, or each and everything will be given. And all of a sudden, if the orchestrator job failed, then you can just go ahead and get the information from this page, right? Instead of seeing the details. So asset name, new asset, global value, new value. So even this will create a new webhook request. Let's see if that happens or not. Not everything will come in, but there will also be few activities like job started, job ended, like that. Okay.
I
So
think it logs will be saved in some kind
yeah, so
like
yes, so the logs will not be shared with the client. You can say that you can utilize this one. Yes, like you can utilize it to have a track of when a particular queue is created, who created it. Okay, user ID, who created that user, if that is a authorized access or unauthorized access. This is mainly for the monitoring and governance purposes. Regularly, a developer will not use it. Okay, okay. Can I go ahead and delete my webhook? No, this is also a developer job, but not a code developer job, automation developer job. Okay, these will be maintained by orchestrator admins. Okay, um, orchestrator will send info regarding any activity or to any activity happened over a URL. Okay, it will just make a post request to it. It will accept it or not, that doesn't matter. Okay, best practices and converting RE framework. Okay, this is what I'll do. So I'll just go and create a new RE framework. New RE framework. So again, this is how many of you have seen how to convert RE framework with data table? Don't say that you haven't seen. You have asked for it yesterday. I gave you the video. Different type of trigger for scheduling. Sanket, what are you talking about? Yeah. So there are two types. Yeah, that is about time and which one? Queue based is like whenever a new item gets updated to orchestrate item, like queue, then the bot should automatically start. Like the performer should automatically start. No, no, that's it. Exactly. Unattended mode. Okay. Yeah. So I asked a question. How many of you have seen yesterday's video? Like I have given you a video. Especially I will go with Priyanka. Priyanka, I'm not pointing out you, but I'm just checking. Have you seen it or not? Priyanka, can you please unmute and talk? So what did you understand? Is it anything different from the process that we have done, Priyanka? Tell me, no problem. What is it, Priyanka? I missed you. You missed your question. So I'll just go with RE framework, converting it to data table. So let's see how quickly I can do it. Create, let it happen. Meanwhile, any questions? Because we are able to complete the session within next 20 minutes, and it takes only 5 minutes to convert my RE framework to a data table. Any questions? Okay. Uh, I have, okay. 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 What did you answer? Mm-hmm. Okay. And all the step-by-step activities. Yeah, you need to also add, we will have all the screenshots of all each and every step at a click level. We will have all the details and we will make sure that PDD is the first document that we'll create for developing any kind of automation, and solution design document will be created before, and it will be a live document till the end of the process. So in solution design document, yes, okay, go ahead, go ahead. Nothing, buddy. Nothing, 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 nothing. Okay. I hope your the way how you interview or how you answer the interviews are getting good with the transcripts and all. Nothing, 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 nothing. Be confident. That should be enough. Okay. So this is my RE framework, and let's see how quickly I can do it. Okay. And the first thing that I need to do, go to the variables. I will have transaction data type, change it immediately to data row if you are using it as a data row. Because in a table we'll have data rows, right? So each and every row we should consider data row, system.data row. Once we change it and save it, there will be multiple errors that will come in. We just need to clear those errors. If we clear those errors, then that will be ready. So here, this is nothing. We just need to cut it and paste it. We are just assigning nothing value back. If there is any stop button, if we send a stop button from orchestrator, this process will be triggered and it will stop it. It will not add any new item. So what is the difference between stop and kill? Can anyone tell me? Meanwhile, I'll just update this one. What is the difference between stop and kill? A job. So what is the difference? Not after processing the job. For example, if we are taking one transaction, a data row or a queue item, if we complete one item, it will come and fetch the new item, right? Then it will check if the stop button is clicked or not. If it is clicked, then it will stop. Okay, it's not a job, it's a transaction. It will wait till the transaction gets completed. Kill will not wait, it will kill the process, whatever the stage it might be. Okay, so we are not using a queue item here. So get transaction item will be deleted. Okay, and we will be adding something like this. Let's see if we can add a if statement. If, and here in this if statement, what we'll check is in transaction number. If this, sorry, in transaction number, if it is less than IO of transaction data dot rows dot count. So why am I doing this? For example, if there are 100 items, or let's say, let's take this example, cancel. Let's say these are the items that we have. If we want to first execute, so this is at index 0, this is at index 1, this is at index 2, this is at index 3, this is at index 4. So, but in total, how many items do we have? What is the count? Total count? 5. So, if the index becomes greater than or equal to 5, then should we continue or should we stop? It should always be less than 5, right? So that is the reason this in transaction number will act as an index. Okay. And here we'll just give out this argument, we'll change it again. Transaction item, it will be a data row. Okay. Now this one, assign. So what are we going to assign? Out transaction item, it will be equal to IO transaction data dot rows. It's not row count, but we are going to give the index in transaction number. Okay, so we are just assigning a row to this particular item. Let's see why this is throwing an error again. Row is not a member of data table. Why? Okay, let's see. Control Shift T. Okay, data dot rows. It's not row, it's rows. Now this is done. So what happened till now? It will just we'll just update this one, and we'll just make sure. See, if we change transaction item, so rest of the things will throw errors. We just need to correct those errors to get it done. So this is transaction item again. Save it, go back and process transaction. This is one error. So here we have import argument. This is of type transaction item. Every time if you want to change the arguments, go to the workflow and change it. You cannot change it outside. Change it to data row, save it, and come back. Control Shift S. Here just go and let's give it out as str or in transaction item. So I'm sending a data row to the process state. Okay, the same thing goes over here. Transaction item is something. I'll just go into open workflow. I'll just first change this one. Transaction item is data row. Control Shift S. Here we got three errors. So as you keep on updating this will be throwing errors. We are not using queues, so we should comment out these items. Okay, Control D, Control. So where is this one? Yep, set transaction item, and let's comment out this one. Okay. Now let's go back to main, import arguments, expand, nothing. Okay, let's go back, done. So where is it throwing error? Expand all. So business rule exceptions, just import the arguments, save it. And system exception, import arguments, save it. That's it. My RE framework with data table is ready. Now if I want to read some data, I'll just go ahead and add this one. So I'll have this one, sample dates. I'll just copy this and I will add it to input file. I'll just add open folder, paste. So this is my sample. So I'll just go ahead and so if I read data from this one, which variable should it be assigned to? Read CSV because this is a CSV file. So what is the variable type that it should be assigned to? Come on. Hmm? Exactly. So this is our complete transaction data. So DT transaction data is what we need to take. And from here, we are going to get one row item. And in the process state, let's go to process. We are getting one row and log message. Sorry, this is not correct. Let's go ahead and give a log message. And what this log message should contain: transaction item. In transaction item, I'm just giving out the first item of 1 dot toString. So it should be 0 because I have only one column. Okay, now let's go ahead and run file. So what is the expected output out of it? Init all settings, value not provided. Why? Framework init all settings. Framework init all settings. This is the information. Framework init all settings. Value required was not supplied. What's this one? Debug again, debug file. Let's see step by step items. Okay, I'll just close it and see. Yeah. Okay, init all settings. Go to the framework. Init all settings. Yeah, there is an error over here. Let's see what is the error. Read range, dt settings and constants, dt row. Okay, what is the error by the way? Required argument not supported. This is something new. I haven't seen this earlier. Okay, this is rows and sheets, properties, dt settings and constants. This is settings. This is for each arguments. I'll just debug the file. Let's see. Validation error. Values was not supplied. Values. dt condition private index. I think there is some error in this. We should not have this one. Let's see. That's because of new versions, max iterations. So maximum loop counter. Okay. Index control. Okay. int index. So let's give it out. This is an index. Condition is nothing. Uh, for each row. Okay. So let's do one thing. I'll just go into manage the packages. I'll just change few system activities. UI automation. I'll just change these previews. UI automation. So I'll just UiPath only, and then I'll just change this one update. So I'll change this one to without preview. Save. Let's see. Those are the that can be issue of activities as well because previews will not be correct. So always use the stable versions or stable activities. Testing will be properly done and you will not have any issues. Document has unresolved issue. So this is where we have an error. So for each item, get a set activity. So can you guys just see and tell me what? Okay, let's see with the get a set. Get a set. Okay, asset name is this one. Control C. Asset name. Okay, and row of name. Row of config of name. Row of name is what we want. And the set value is a set value. Yeah, so that is the problem with the packages, not with the code. So let's run it. Oh, sorry. Let's see if this gets executed or not. Yeah, this is perfect. Run. So what is the expected output? I'll just change this one. This is completed. And what is the output we have? Can you see the dates? Are these dates coming from the sheet, Excel, or the CSV, data, config? These are the dates, right? Okay. So this is how you can easily convert. So first thing you need to do is change the variable type of transaction item to whatever you want, then clear out all the errors. Okay. So can I mark it as completed? Okay. Best practices. See, the best practices will always come from here. Today, one of your team member from a different team joined, or I'm just giving support. So she too asked me, how can I easily check with the best practices? So just go to analyze file, analyze project. So while we are checking with analyze project, UiPath already have some built rules like, okay, the argument name should not be marked like this, or in argument should be correctly marked like this. And if you see here, out comment is having a default name, comment out. So if I just go ahead and update this one, or just update this one, comment out transaction item. Okay, so all these are best practices, but if you want to just see with the best practices, I'll just give you the best place to do it. UiPath best practices. So there is a forum link. This is also good, but UiPath forum link is very good, and that is from here. This is one of our this is one of our UiPath community member, and these are the best practices that I refer. Okay, so if in an interview, if you are asked this question, what are the best practices? So you tell me, like you need not see this. So what do you think are the best practices? Just type in the chat. Let's see the best practices. What you know. This shouldn't be everything from online, right? You should have some basic understanding, and from that, tell me what are the best practices. Create smaller modules of workflows. Okay. Add proper logs where required. Okay. Next, um, use try catch at places where code can throw error. Next, tell me more. Follow proper naming convention. Okay, so there are some messages here. Now, variable name shouldn't start with a data type. Should start with a data type. Yeah, this is good. Sorry, space text only. Yeah, should start with the data type like something like str username or dt reports. Okay, so whatever you have as a data type, you have it as a like prefix. Add annotations. Next, what else? Go ahead. Assign proper name for the activity. Yes, assign proper name, and don't keep default names for activities. Next, what else? Okay, let's see the document, or let's see the URL and see what more did we miss. Just make sure the code is maintainable. Like you should have smaller pieces, extendable. For example, if I have any change, I should not go into the code and change. If that is in the form of an asset, I can change it directly in the asset. Is it right? Okay. Now, don't use sequences at every place. Use flowcharts and state machines whenever required. So state machine is used in RE framework. Okay. Now flowchart, if you are having any decision blocks and all to show it pictorially, then flowchart will be useful. Okay. Whenever you have business conditions, throw business rule exceptions. That's very important. Now consider using RE framework if you are using orchestrator queues because it's having everything by default. Okay. Now here, break up your workflows, exception handling, reliability, like you need to check everything. So whatever you said are available over here, nothing more or nothing less. Okay. All you just need to see is in an interview, you cannot tell all the 100 best practices. Okay. So you can give five or six and tell them that this must be used. These are the best practices. So there is no, we cannot lose anything. Like, okay, I cannot keep every code, every detail of a code in one single workflow file. Code should be modularized to make it maintainable. Yeah, use folders in your project. Like every application should have a separate folder. This is also good. Separate applications, workflow files. So something like this is, for example, if you are automating web application as well as calculator. So calculator code should always be in calculator, like open calculator, close calculator, make calculations should be in calculator folder. And Chrome, for example, forms, Google Forms, forms is a folder name, open forms, enter data in the forms, close forms, update data in the forms. So all these things should come under forms folder. Is it clear now? Yes, no. We completed our training successfully. Okay. See, the concepts that you have asked are very simple, but I practiced like tons of times. Even the storage bucket, I haven't practiced at all. This is the first time I'm using it, but I know how to use the things. Okay. That's the reason we are able to do it without any issues. Even if there is an issue, I will be able to find out. So there will not be a place where you find that okay, I know everything. I still don't know many things. But if you ask me a question, I will be able to find it easily using the documentation portal or using the forum anywhere. Okay, Team July, give me your feedback once. It will be helpful for new August team as well, like how to prepare. What did you miss and what precautions should August team follow? Please, we stayed for 30 minutes. You cannot be silent at this point of time. इज्जत का सवाल. Yeah. Sanket, tell me. Yeah, tell me, Sanket. Yeah. Mm, mm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hmm. Yes. Thank you so much, Sai. Thank you. So, from day one till day 30, what are the differences that you can find in yourself, Saikiran? Mm, mm, mhm. Yeah. Yes. Mm, mm. Yeah, correct. Yeah. Okay. Mhm, mhm. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. So, thank you so much, Sai Kiran. Yes, I am fast and I know that, and I want, see, I cannot be like, okay, everyone are here in slow. I too should go slow. So if I have the same mindset to go slow, then you cannot pick up faster. Like you cannot pick those things faster. You need to learn fast. So that's my idea. But yeah, I do agree. You need to make parallel work. You need to do more work. Having or attending this 1 hour session will definitely not be sufficient for you if you don't practice. Thank you so much, Sai Kiran. August team, all us follow three rules. Okay, Sanket is giving out the details. Um, So always code, communicate, and confidence. Don't expect everything from Vajrang. All concepts will not be completed in 30 days calendar. Thank you so much. But Sanket, you should also tell what we completed, or else they will be confused. Thank you so much anyway. Who else? Who else is from July team? Come on, I have all the members as no guests over here. I see Murali Krishna and Kalingraj new members. Pratyusha, you're from new team, right? Okay. Priyanka. Priyanka. Still, you're on mute. See, next team, don't be in the silent mode. Whenever you have an opportunity, talk. I think she left. Okay, fine. So, thank you so much, everyone. And Sangeet, can you speak for some time? 1 or 2 minutes? Just give out your feedback. Yes. Yes. Mm. Yeah. Mm. 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 Yeah, excellent, Sanket. And I know that you are already a developer, so I just want you to see with more than 100 to 200% hikes, and you can do it with your experience and with your knowledge. Okay, all the best, buddy. Okay, Sai Kiran, all the best to you too, and welcome August team officially to the new team, and from tomorrow we'll rock. How's the Josh? High or low? Okay, see, have that confidence, have that trust also. Okay, and have that hard work. If you have these, then you can get more. And this will not be like A for apple, B for ball. I cannot just make you sit and know the activities, because if you are doing the same thing, then how can you get jobs? The job requirement is completely different. Okay, Priyanka, do you want to talk? I see that you missed. You came back two times. Again, she left. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day. Wonderful day ahead. And let's see. Please share August. Yeah, sure, Sanket. I will just share the recordings. I'll just share and I will upload. So this recordings and these meetings will always be available for you. You get a job or you don't get a job, you will be able to access it and use it. Okay. And one of my team member from February batch was not able to continue, but last week he got a job. Like he's practiced whatever I said in February, and like he reviewed all the videos and the course material, and then he cracked with 150% hike. So I'm going to post it today. Excellent, exciting to post it. Excited to post it. Priyanka, do you want to talk? You're doing hide and seek. You're playing hide and seek over this meeting at the end. Yes, yes. Yeah. So can you please talk? Give your feedback. Mhm. And congratulations on getting the job offer as well, Priyanka. Looking forward for your joining date. Okay. Okay. Let's close this meeting, everyone. Bye bye. Officially signing off for July. Bye bye. So welcome August team. Let's rock from tomorrow.